Hello, everybody, and welcome to a supplemental episode of the Mana Cave.
Yes.
My name is Ed,
And I'm Travis.
and what we're doing is I'm not entirely sure.
You're granting me a rematch.
Yeah.
Just say it. You're granting me a rematch.
It's not really a rematch. Now, one thing that's been mentioned in the comments section in the past, and just recently, and one thing that we both sort of agree with in general is that we would rather have a lot of these matchups be best of threes.
Yeah.
Typically, we would not do that for time. But now that really the Mana Cave may sometimes be like the only thing produced that week sometimes, depending. There's more time that can be put in the editing. So we want to start doing at least the Planeswalker Showdowns as best out of three matchups.
Yeah.
Starting with Season 2, which started with Jace versus Huatli, right?
Okay.
So we've already played a one-of match versus these two, and Jace ended up being on top. This is to sort of complete the best 2 out of 3. So it may just be one more game, or maybe 2 games. We don't know at this point. But this is what I consider the start of the second season of the Planeswalker Showdowns. So from here on out, all Planeswalker Showdowns will be best 2 out of 3. So we're not just trying to like tap into the same video that we've done before. There's a specific reason we're doing this.
And it's not just because I complained about not getting a rematch. I didn't.
And it's like honestly, it doesn't feel
like legit Magic. It's just a one-up.
Yes, you know what I mean? It feels like you're almost cheated. Like it also feels bad to lose 2-0 when you have a match. But at the same time, you know at least you had at least you had that second shot, right?
Yeah.
So I 100%. Now there's certain things like I'm not sure about the order of when these videos are being released. So there's a chance that the previous week there was a 1v1 commander or not. A 1v1 commander game, for example, is one that we're not going to do best 2 out of 3 because those games are going to be long all on their own.
Yeah.
But for stuff like this, we're going to try to do best 2 out of 3s.
And at least with these, as far as editing, you'll have the same card probably once or twice.
Yes.
In Commander, almost every single card right down the land is different.
Well, exactly.
You got to search for.
That's another actually a good point that I was going to touch upon because we've played a lot of these cards before. Now, in the best 2 normal best 2 out of 3s, we're going to sort of gloss over certain cards that we've played before. We're going to repeat them this time, but then if this goes to like a third game or a second game in this one, we're not going to really read off the entire card if we've already played it in a previous game. Okay, so we've talked enough. We've determined our opening hands. We both decided to keep, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a iffy call, but we're going to remember to show our opening hands.
So now we're going to roll to see who... No, we're not going to roll to see who goes first because you lost, so you, by default, get to go first. Okay, so there we go.
So I will draw my... I didn't mulligan. I'll show you my opening hand. And I may have been a poor one to keep, but there was stuff to do with it.
Yeah,
which to me is the number one thing. Like
I'm gonna turn away while Travis shows his opening hand.
Okay. I'm hoping this works out. I'll get it right up there. Oh, look at that! That's so big.
It gets covered by the graphics anyways, right? It's just honestly, it's more so that I can see it when I edit.
And so you know I'm not cheating. Ed puts up like you can look by the way. Ed puts like 6 mountains and like one card that casts for white. Why did Travis keep that? No, I'm just.
Okay, so now this is. If I can get them out so that you can see them all. So this is my opening hand. So it's not the best you could hope for, but it's also not the worst. So we're going to see if that, I'm not sure if we're holding that properly, if that's going to work out for us. So anyways, okay, so now you can look. Oh, and we can move these to the side now, because once again, I'm Jace.
I'm Huatli, the samurai, cyber samurai from Shadowrun. Huatli.
Okay.
So I go first.
Yes.
I'm going to play a plains. I'm going to tap that plains for turn 1. I'm not going to pronounce the name. Kinjali's Collar. Kinjali. Dinosaur spells cost 1 less of colorless to cast, and she's a 0/3.
So that's an especially good start for that deck, the Dino deck. So my voice is a little hoarse. This is the second game we recorded today. The first game was the aforementioned 1v1 commander, which you may or may not have seen. Got a little heated. I'm going to play a forest and pass the turn to you guys. I'm going to pass the turn to Travis and his peeps. So.
Not terrible.
I'm actually serious. My voice is a little scratchy from getting so loud the last game.
Tap that, or play that, pardon me, and I'm going to tap 2 red, and 1 color to cast the Frenzied Raptor. It's going to cost 1 less because of Kinjali's Collar. Otherwise, they just a straight up 4/2 Dinosaur.
Okay.
Pass to you, sir.
Pass to me. Okay. Okay, I'm going to play an island. Okay, I'm going to tap 2 to cast Shaper Apprentice. It has flying as long as you control another merfolk, which I currently don't. And it's a 2/1. So
That'll do it.
I will pass the turn now to you.
Untap, draw, play a mountain. 1 white and 1 anything else to cast the Territorial Hammer Skull, which is a dinosaur, so it costs 1 less. Whenever it attacks, I get tap target creature opponent controls.
Okay.
So
man, that thing is working for you. The collar? Holy cow.
Yeah. I'm not going to attack because it'd be an easy kill, whereas next turn, in theory, I can attack and hopefully tap down something.
Yes.
Pass back to you. But maybe next turn he'll have a
But I got to
answer.
delay you. I mean, like, so the Shaper has done a bit of work for me so far. So I'm going to play an island. I'm going to tap 2 blue and bring out Jace's Sentinel. It is a 1/3, and as long as you control a Jace Planeswalker, which I currently don't, Jace Sentinel gets +1/+0 and can't be blocked.
Attack with you, buddy. Sorry, I'm creaking the table so much here.
No, it's no problem. It's not a big deal. It's weird because the table we switched out of, it was because you breathed on it, it would move, and this one we find out creaks. Eventually, we're going to find a table that just does its job and just sits here and doesn't move and doesn't talk, just shuts up and does table stuff. So, now the thing is, I can swing in with the Shaper's Apprentice because now it has flying, and there's no way that you can stop it because you don't have anything with reach. Or I can hold it back. You'll probably just tap it anyways. But I'm not gonna attack. I'm gonna make you do it. So I'm gonna pass the turn now to you.
All right. Maybe he's bluffing a 1 green combat trick. I don't know.
Yes, because I do have forest up. Beware the forest.
I'm always wary of
the might of the forest.
So I am going to attack. Now I'm going to choose his ability to tap down the 2/1, so just the 1/3 is up.
Okay, so Shaper's Apprentice is tapped.
Yep.
Now I think I'm walking into a combat trick, but I will block this because right now I can block it and not die.
But it won't die either.
No, they'll just bounce off each other. But I'll still take 4 though.
You'll still take 4.
Okay, so does damage resolve?
Damage resolve.
Okay, so Jason Sentinel lives. I take 4, so I'm down to 16.
Okay. I'm going to tap out. So 3 and the 1 discount.
No!
So the boned Horncrest. He can't attack or block alone, so he can block right now in theory because I can block the other one too. Otherwise, it's a 5/5 for 4 mana, discounted 3.
Oh my goodness.
And then I'll pass them all tapped out. Pass back to you.
Yikes. Okay. It's not looking good for me. Huatli may get some revenge here. Interesting. I'm going to play an island. I'm going to untap Shaper's Apprentice. I don't know why I didn't untap that to begin with. This table really does creep.
I'm sorry.
I just no, that's 100%
back.
isn't you. That's me. Well, now
I don't need to
with this
lean
mic,
over,
I'm pretty sure it's picking it up just fine. Let's see. I'm going to tap 4 to cast Herald of Streams. Oh, sorry, Herald of Secret Streams. It is a 2/3. Creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them can't be blocked, which is really not an issue right now. So, however, it is a 2 attack creature.
Yes.
So I'm now going to pass the turn to you, leaving all these guys up to block, even though I know one of them's going to get tapped. Yikes. And that boned. It's bonded, by the way, not
Bonded. Oh.
Yes.
There's a lot of bone-looking stuff going on there.
I realized that because I was trying to remember that because when I was editing, I'm like, oh, he kept calling it boned, and then
Someone's boned.
which is a better name, in my opinion. So it does have a lot of bone.
Yep. We're just gonna go to attacks, and I'm going to tap down. That guy.
Shaper's Apprentice.
Yes.
And I'm looking at like a boatload of damage right now.
11.
I'm going to block like that, which may seem strange.
They'll just trade? Or they'll just shake hands?
Yeah, they'll just bounce off each other. This will die, and I will take 4. Okay. Unless you have something else to increase the damage.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Wait,
so we haven't gone to combat damage yet?
No.
We haven't gone to combat damage.
No. Because they'll...
Okay.
Yeah, well, if I missed something, we're past it. We're fine. We're fine.
No. It's just that typically when it's like this will bounce and this will trade and everything, and you say, yeah, that's past priority.
Okay. Then
but
we'll
if you want, we can go back because it's casual. So
okay. Then I will tap 1 for Huatli's Spurring. It's an instant. Target creature gets +2/+0 to the end of turn. If I had the Planeswalker get +4. Doesn't get first strike or anything, but cast that on that one.
Okay, so these 2 are going to die. Okay. So then I take 4. Okay.
And then for 1, I'll cast Huatli's...
God, that collar is killing me.
Snubhorn.
That collar is just killing me.
It's pretty sweet. It's just a 2/2 with Vigilance. Dinosaur. Well, it's not like it's a rare or anything like that.
No.
And then I'll pass back 2.
Okay. So 2/2 for Vigilance, you can cast for 1 right now.
Yes, that part is sweet, but...
Alrighty. So I'm going to play Forest. I'm going to tap 2 blue and bring out Jace's Sentinel, which we've seen before.
Anybody?
I'm going to tap 3, including green, and bring out Vine Shaper Mystic, which is a 1/3, and when it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter and up to 2 target merfolks you control. Nice. So I'm going to put on these 2, Jace's Sentinel and the Vine Shaper Mystic. So now they're both 2/4s. And once again, I'm not going to swing in because I don't really have that luxury. So I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Okay. Played a mountain. So we'll go to combat?
Yes.
Okay. So...
Vigilance.
Oh, yes, Vigilance. And I'm going to tap down that buddy.
Okay. Whew, okay. Now, I'm probably walking into yet another combat trick. But at this point, I don't have a whole lot of options. So I'm going to put Jason's Sentinel in front of the Frenzied Raptor, and I'm going to put Vine Shaper Mystic in front of the Snubhorn. Oh, no. Was it?
Snubhorn.
Snubhorn, okay.
Yep. No, that's that.
Okay, so does damage resolve?
Damage resolves.
Okay, so I'm taking 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so that dies.
That dies.
These trade. And I take 7. So I'm down to 5.
Okay.
Ugh.
Then for 4, 1 white, and 3 of anything, I'm casting the Pterodon Knight. 3/3, but has flying as long as I control a dinosaur.
Okay.
Past you.
Yikes. Yikes. Well, I need some sort of game-changing thing to be here. Not game-changing. Gonna play a forest. Or not play a forest. I'm gonna tap a forest. And I'm gonna cast Kumania's Speaker. It is a 1/1, but it gets +1/+1 as long as you control another merfolk or an island. I have both, but it only gets a 1/+1/+1.
Doesn't stack?
Sadly. That'd be actually a lot better if it did. Be cooler if it did. And I'm going to tap 2 for another Shaper's Apprentice. Once again, I still don't have the luxury of being able to swing with any of these. 2 of them have flying, though, which is great, and I'm just going to go ahead and pass the turn to you now. Okay. It's not looking good. Huatli may get her revenge.
May, but who knows?
I'm so delicately trying to put my arms on the table not to make any
sorry,
noise.
I'm just clunking.
No. It's not, like I said, it's not. You didn't bring the table. So it's the weird trade-off. It's like the other one shook too much and this one makes so much noise.
I know your deck has a very good combat trick that lets you put 2/+1 counters on stuff.
Yeah, but that costs 2. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do this turn is I'm just going to attack with my...
And it just, so you know, it's a counter on target creature and a
then,
counter on target merfolk.
Yeah, so I'm just going to attack with my Human Knight.
You're just attacking with the Human Knight?
Just with the 3/3 flyer.
Okay, so I'm going to double block.
Okay.
Trick?
No trick.
Okay, so these both die, and the Knight dies.
Okay.
Can I guess? Can I use my psychic abilities? Do you have a second one of those?
You are a psychic.
I knew it! I knew that was the only way he would throw that away. Yeah. He's too crafty to do that otherwise, so...
And then I pass back to you.
Damn it. I hate being right. This time, anyways. Okay. I need something. Through the power of positivity, folks. Get me the card I need. Think about it. Envision it. Okay, well, I'm going to play this island.
And hang on to your combat trick that gets 2+1/+1 counters on both
your
creatures.
Pass the turn to you.
All right.
I'm assuming there wasn't a whole lot of positivity out there, but maybe next time people will...
Two white. Okay. So what I'm going to do just before anything is I will attack all. So I'm going to attack with my Terraria or whatever, Hammer Skull.
Okay.
To tap down Buddy.
Him? Okay.
Yeah. And then 3 in the air.
Yeah, I take 5 either way, right? So that is Huatli's revenge. So we are going to. This is going to be an official best out of 3. So and it was an island, so it wasn't.
Yeah. It was a mountain, so I didn't have.
Okay.
Well played.
That was the Caller is such a great card. Turn 1.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially when you have a 2 mana and a 3 mana.
Oh
Dinosaur,
yeah, it's I mean, obviously it just completely changes the curve, right? So it's so difficult to and this is not a deck that has like straight up removal in it.
No.
Okay, so you've just drawn and you are keeping.
Yeah, these are 6 better cards.
Okay.
And it's not awesome, but it's...
As we saw before, I'm keeping my opening hand. So I'm going to and we're going to show your opening hand, I'll show mine.
Let's get right up there so we can see it clearly. It's not terrible, it's not great, but to me it's 6 cards. What are you gonna do? You know.
Okay, I'm gonna show my hand, folks, and then you're going to. Someone out there is going to question why I'm going to do what I'm going to do on my very first turn, because I do get to play first. But this is my opening hand, and then I'm going to show you the first card I'm going to play. And I'm sure there's going to be people that they're going to say that I shouldn't have done it this way. But I think I'm making the right choice. I'm going to play a 4. Oh, so you can look now. Sorry.
What's going on?
No, just play the entire game like that. I'm going to play a forest. I'm going to tap it. And I'm going to bring out Kumina's Speaker. I think that's the pronunciation. I'm going to pass the turn to you now. Kumina's Speaker, as we mentioned before, it gets +1/+1 as long as I control an island or a merfolk.
So I'm pretty sure but he's a merfolk.
Another. Sorry, that's a very good point. Another merfolk or an island.
I'm pretty sure you can play an island on turn 2 and attack with a 2/2. So why would somebody question that?
Well, because you'll see. You'll see in a second. You'll see in a second.
I'm scrying.
You'll probably question exactly why I did this, but it's. I think it becomes apparent very quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that on the bottom. It's a good card, but I'm not gonna be able to play it anytime soon. I will play a. Oh, I gotta draw though. It's a mystery card.
I should have grabbed more beer between.
Yeah, you should. I'll play a Plains, and I unfortunately have no turn 1.
Oh, you don't have the Caller?
I do not have the Caller.
Okay.
No, that would have been a nice call on the Caller, but alas.
Okay, now this is exactly why. Okay, Woodland Stream, which enters the battlefield tapped. It can be tapped for either. Now I'm gonna tell you because it's not a huge secret. I had this in my opening hand as well too. Typically, if you have it, you play the tap land first. But I wanted to get that out there first, because I can tap this and bring out Jungle Delver, which is a Merfolk Warrior, a 1/1. I can pay 3 and 1 green, put a 1/1 counter on Jungle Delver. So this now becomes a 2/2.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason why I did that, even though 99% of the time you're going to want to play the tap land first.
Yeah.
So
except in that situation where you attack with a 2/2 on turn 2.
Except when this is exactly right. So move to combat.
Yeah. So
I'm swinging
to 18. Very defensive. That was totally logical.
I know, but maybe it's just because like playing Magic Online, I've had people be like, "You really should have played the tap line first," and it's like I understand that, but sometimes anyways, whatever. I pass the turn to you, sir.
Okay. We'll untap. Well, nothing to untap. I'm going to play a mountain, so I do have both my colors, which is nice. And then I will pass or tap 2.
Oh, I thought you were going to pass. I was so excited for a second.
Huatli Snubhorn. Huatli Snubborn, 2/2 vigilance.
Snubbern?
Snubborn?
Okay.
He's a snubborn vigilant. Vigilant and stubborn. Bad combination.
And then it's my turn?
He's going nowhere. Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. So I'm going to play another Woodland Stream once again. Would have made sense in most cases to have played those turn 1 and 2. Move to combat?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to swing in with the speaker, which is a 2/2, remember.
It's a 2/2, I remember. I gotta get your combat trick out of the way with.
Okay. So, damage?
Yep.
And these trade. So, no combat trick.
Yeah.
I'm going to tap 2 and bring out Deeproot Warrior. It is a 2/2, and when it becomes blocked, it gets +1/+1 until the end of turn.
When it becomes blocked.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to pass the turn. Yeah, well, not when it blocks, when it becomes blocked, yeah. So I'm going to pass the turn to you now.
Okay, I will play a Plains, and I'll tap 2 for another Snubhorn.
Oh, okay.
And actually, let me just retap that. Sorry. 2 Plains. Yes. Pass back 2.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to play Forest. And now I'm going to move to combat.
Yep.
And I'm going to swing in with both of them.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to tap 4 and put a +1/+1 counter on him.
Okay.
And then go to damage.
Yep.
So you take 2, and these trade.
Down to 16 and an empty board.
And I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Okay. Play a mountain. Tapping a white, and I'm one of anything for a Raptor's Companion.
Oh, I thought maybe it was a third Snubhorn. So that is a 3/1.
3/1. There may not be a Snubhorn in this deck. I don't really know. And then I'll pass to you.
Okay. Be an interesting game. It's going to be an interesting game.
Lots of early trading going on.
I'm going to tap 4 and bring out Jade Guardian. It is a 2/2 with hexproof, and when it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on target Merfolk you control. So I'm going to put a 1/1 counter on the Deeproot Warrior. And then we'll move to combat.
Yep.
And I'll swing in. Now it's a 3/3. Okay. And then it gets +1/+1 when it's blocked.
I already did.
No, it's
Okay.
fine. That's fine. That's fine.
No, I
I
forgot
was
about
because I was
that.
going to finish that sentence, but
Yeah.
you moved it in, and I'm like, well, if I
Well,
just stop
'cause
peeking now, he'll go ahead and do it.
It was a fair trade, yeah.
Okay.
No, well, this turn I'll take the 3. This
Okay.
is silly, because I'll lose them next turn, and still take the 3. Down to
And-
13, and it's looking bad.
And I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Looking bad here. Unless... I will attack.
I hate to give up a hexproof creature. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Block. Okay, so they trade.
They trade. Pass to you.
Pass to me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to play an island. Move to combat.
Move to combat.
I'll swing in with the Deeproot Warrior.
Nothing. Down to
Take
9.
3. I'm going to tap a blue and a green and bring out Jace's Sentinel, which we've seen before. And I'm going to tap a green and whatever and bring out another Deeproot Warrior. All right, now I'm going to pass the turn to you, sir.
Alrighty. Woohoo. Alright.
Is that the land you needed?
Played Fifthlandia. It's a land. Tapping everything for the Shining Aerosaur.
Oh.
3/4 flyer. I mean, it's going to stem the bleed, but it's only 1 creature versus 3 at this point.
What's your life till that?
Down to 9.
9, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's my turn?
Yep.
Okay. Draw.
He will become a 4/4.
Yep.
So you won't even heat him up.
Alrighty, so move to combat. Swinging with just the 1 Deep Root Warrior.
Just the one. This gets in for 4.
3? 3, because it's not blocked, so it stays a 3/3.
Correct.
Okay. And then I'm going to play an island.
Down to 6.
And pass the turn to you, sir.
Is there any burn in this deck?
There should be, right? Because it does have red. And no, it's got Lightning Bolt.
Does it really?
Not Lightning Bolt,
Strike.
a Lightning Strike, thank you, yeah. I think at least 2 copies, if not 3. Once again, another card which would be a perfect 4 of for the deck, but...
Alright, so second, Shining Aerostar. Don't think it's going to be enough, because literally you just need to sneak by for 3. No, for 6, pardon.
Okay.
But if I block...
Okay.
Past you.
So my turn?
Can I come back at this point?
Okay. Now, I'm going to tap for 5.
Probably not.
And cast Grasping Current, return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hands. I can search for Jace, but I'm assuming, given the fact that I've got lethal on board, I'm just going to instead swing in for 6 in total.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I had Huatli, had Burning Sun's Avatar.
Oh, you had Huatli. I was wondering if you had Huatli.
I drew that. I think I drew both of those.
So you were hunting for that third mountain.
Well, something in the middle, because this was my last card that I just got.
You missed at least one land drop. As well, too, in the comments section, someone had mentioned possibly putting a turn counter up, and that is something I'm going to look into putting up, because it's even going to help me when we're playing to see, oh yeah, Travis did miss a land drop on that turn, sort of thing like that. But I think you did miss a land drop at one point, right?
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, it was more just I've even had, like I drew 5 mana creatures, which was unfortunate. If I drew this guy a few turns earlier.
Now we never get to see Huatli played once, not in all 3 of these games now.
No, and she's got a pretty sweet plus.
And I did get
2
to define Jace. So
okay.
It's sad that we never got to see her at all. But
combat trick would be nice, but
yeah.
Not when I'm able to return my hand. Like, and those are both maximum cards to return my hand because they're 5 mana each. Like,
yeah,
they were good ones to return.
Yeah, Grasping Currents, I had this for I think since the beginning, so it was one of those ones where I knew it would be, hopefully, like, for that exact reason, like, game changer like that.
Yeah. Just as I was starting to, what's the word, stabilize a little bit.
And what this is a perfect example of something, once again, we're not ragging on this because we do enjoy playing the Planeswalker decks, but it's the tutor card which comes with every Planeswalker deck.
Yeah.
5 mana cost to return 2 target creatures in their hand and then search for Jace. Sorcery speed. Once again, it's not good. I don't think it's because of how specific it is.
Yeah.
It's not going to take standard or anything by storm if you simply make that instant speed, and it would make this deck so much better.
Yeah. And there's all of 1 copy in the deck?
Yeah,
2
I think
copies,
2
maybe?
copies. 2 copies of this in the deck. So once again, this is another example of what we're talking about. We're just and not even talking about making the deck like tournament playable. We're just a little bit more like kitchen table friendly. So.
Yeah, because kitchen table is still competitive to a degree.
Yeah, it's fun, right? So it's like, it's because we play. Well, it doesn't really matter. We can get super competitive. Not so much in this particular matchup, but you put a little 1v1 commander between us, and your balls almost get broken. And
my 2 3/4s being balanced at the end there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a voodoo doll that's going to get some work tonight, but
yeah.
No, that's just an example of it. Again, the right card, because I was stabilizing, but it might not have made a difference. It might have, but obviously them not being on the battlefield made a difference.
Yeah, I honestly think that it might have gone a little bit different for you if you hadn't missed at least that. I think you missed at least 1 land drop. Yeah, and that would have meant that those would have come out one turn earlier
each, kind of thing.
Yeah. So,
did you have that combat trick this time?
No, I didn't. Not at all.
I think you only have, again, 2 copies of a great card.
Yeah, it's either 2 or 3 in this one, but still, once again, there's certain cards where it's just like it's not gonna make this deck super expensive in like in the shop. If you put 4 copies of this, no one's gonna buy it just to get the 4 copies of a common card. So even though we did have to do this sort of like addition to it, Jace still on top. So Jace is still the champion of Huatli versus Jace.
2 best of 3 going forward kind of thing.
What I think happened here is people at least got a chance to see Huatli perform a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because I still think that the general consensus from the comments and what I've seen is I think most people prefer the Dinosaur deck. Whether because dinosaurs are new, But I think a lot of people prefer that to the Jace deck.
Which is weird because I always thought blue was pretty much the most popular color. And this is the thing about, isn't that the deck that has like, until you get Jace, there's no card draw at all in that deck? But when you did last time, you got Jace going and you were drawing a lot of cards off Jace deck, actually.
I will hunt down the name and I will put it up on screen, because speaking of like people, blue being the most popular color, there's one person who's been watching a lot of the older videos, the older mana caves and stuff like that, and leaving a bunch of really great comments, basically all along the lines of how much they hate blue and how much they root for you when you play against me, because it's sort of like they despise the deck, especially the early pauper decks and the
first
peasant deck. Yeah.
Yes, because I had you down to 1 life. But you would draw on all the cards you knew at that point, so it was just...
I replied, because they ended up watching so many of the past ones, I wasn't able to reply to each and every one of them, but I did reply to one saying that, like, it's great that you're enjoying it. I've been really enjoying your reading the comments. But yeah, but it's one of those ones where it's like, yeah, they did, it's not their favorite color for sure. Yeah. But I got a huge laugh out of their comments because it's stuff
back to that one game, because like I did 1 life.
Yeah. But that person's definitely on the same wavelength as you, because I know you've started to embrace blue since a little bit, just a little bit. You've a little bit turned to the dark side. But yeah, for the most part, you've always really hated playing against blue.
And yet when I play with my red, I don't get my burn. It's like, what am I even doing here? What?
So there you go, folks. Not sure what the next mana cave is going to be. I'm not sure when we're going to be able to get you over here again.
Isn't November? That's when that thing begins, isn't it? I mean, that's going to be, that has to get some new angles and stuff.
Yeah,
like that,
and as well too. It's like I think the setup here can manage that with the overhead cam being able to move the way it is. I'll have things tweaked by then, but like once again, I would like to play. Finally, would like to play Orphans versus Ashes. I would love to play Dead of Winter. Zombicide may take a long time, but there's a bunch of these games just along the walls here. Yeah, even Dungeons and Dragons. At some point, I'd love to play a game of Dungeons and Dragons with you guys on camera. But yeah, there's going to be different games. I'm still not entirely sure. What do you guys think about it? Should we still call it the Mana Cave if it's not going to be Magic, or should I come up with a different name for?
D&D has mana, doesn't it? Like this is a general kind of term, and very specific in certain things in Magic the Gathering. But I think mana is still a. I think
we can get away with calling it mana, but let me know what you guys think. If you think it should have a slightly different name, if it's not going to be Magic or whatever. It'll say in the title what the game is, right? So it's not like we're going to hide it. But
Mana Cave. Semicolon.
But thank you guys for continuing to watch. Thank you for all the support. You guys really seem to be enjoying the Mana Caves lately, and that's really, really exciting to see.
Because going back to Brain Pulp first starting, it was about this.
Yeah, exactly.
When I was part of it, kind of thing, I branched out into more things.
You're still part of it. It's like, you know what I mean?
I'm just the talent at this
point. But it's also, I mean, I hate to pick a favorite, right? But it's also the most fun to shoot and produce in my opinion. So it's nice to see it actually starting to be enjoyed by more and more people. So thank you guys very much for watching and checking out all this stuff at Brain Pulp, and we'll see you again very, very soon.
Yeah, take care.